Hello, friends! Today, we're jumping back into the story of Joseph. Remember him? He's now the powerful ruler of Egypt. Meanwhile, back in his old home, a terrible famine has struck. There's no food. Jacob, Joseph's father, hears there's grain in Egypt. He tells his 10 older sons, "Go to Egypt and buy some grain so we can eat." But he keeps his youngest son, Benjamin, at home, worried something bad might happen to him. So, the 10 brothers travel to Egypt. When they arrive, they bow down low before the ruler of the land, not knowing it's their own brother, Joseph. Joseph recognizes them right away, but he pretends he doesn't. He speaks to them sternly. "Where are you from?" They reply, "From Canaan, to buy food." Joseph remembers his childhood dreams of his brothers bowing to him. To test them, he says, "You are spies." "No, no, my lord." They cry out. "We are 12 brothers. One is gone, and the youngest, Benjamin, is at home with our father." This gives Joseph an idea. He says, "I will test you. One of you will stay here as a prisoner. The rest of you can take grain back to your hungry families, but you must return with your youngest brother. If you don't, I'll know you're spies." The brothers were terrified. They started whispering to each other, "This is happening because of what we did to Joseph all those years ago." They didn't know Joseph could understand every word. Hearing them, Joseph had to turn away to hide his tears. Took their brother Simeon as a prisoner and sent the others on their way with sacks full of grain. But Joseph had a surprise for them. He secretly ordered his servants to put their money back into their sacks. When the brothers stopped for the night, one of them found his money. They were all shocked and scared. "What is happening to us?" They wondered. When they got home, they told their father Jacob everything. When they emptied their sacks, everyone found their money. Jacob was even more afraid. "Joseph is gone, Simeon is gone, and now you want to take Benjamin?" No, he will not go. But the famine got worse, and soon their food ran out again. Jacob had no choice. Judah, one of the brothers, promised his father, "I will protect Benjamin with my own life. If I don't bring him back, I will take the blame forever." So Jacob finally agreed. He sent them with gifts and double the money, just in case the first payment was a mistake. So the brothers, with Benjamin, traveled back to Egypt and stood before Joseph again. When Joseph saw his beloved younger brother Benjamin, his heart was filled with so much love he had to run to his room to weep with joy. He washed his face and invited them all to a big feast. He seated them in order of their age, from oldest to youngest, which amazed the brothers. How did he know? And he gave Benjamin 5 times more food than anyone else. After the feast, Joseph planned one final test. He told his servant, "Fill their sacks with grain and put their money back. And in Benjamin's sack, hide my special silver cup." The next morning, the brothers happily started their journey home. But soon, Joseph's servant galloped after them, shouting, "Stop! Why have you stolen my master's silver cup?" The brothers were stunned. "We would never do that. Search our sacks. Whoever has it can be your slave." The servants searched every sack, starting with the oldest. And guess what? The cup was found in Benjamin's sack. The brothers were heartbroken. They returned to the city and threw themselves at Joseph's feet. Judah stepped forward and told Joseph their whole story. He told him how their father Jacob loved Benjamin so much and would die of sadness if the boy didn't return. Then Judah said, "Please, let me stay and be your slave instead of the boy. I cannot bear to see my father's pain." Seeing Judah's love and how much his brothers had changed, Joseph couldn't hold back his feelings any longer. He sent all his servants out of the room and, through his tears, he cried out, I am Joseph, your brother, the one you sold into Egypt." His brothers were speechless. They were shocked and afraid. But Joseph said, "Don't be sad or angry with yourselves. God sent me here to save lives." It was all part of God's plan to rescue our family from the famine. He hugged them all, starting with Benjamin, and they all wept together with joy. Joseph sent his brothers home with wagons full of gifts to bring their father, Jacob, and their whole families to live in Egypt, where there was plenty of food. When Jacob heard that Joseph was alive and the ruler of Egypt, he could hardly believe it. But when he saw the wagons, his spirit revived. "My son Joseph is alive," he exclaimed. "I will go and see him before I die." And so, Jacob and Joseph were finally reunited. They hugged each other and wept for a long, long time. It was a beautiful family reunion, all thanks to God's amazing plan. The moral of this story is that forgiveness is powerful. Even when bad things happen, God can turn them into something wonderful. Joseph chose to forgive his brothers, and because of that, their whole family was saved. It shows us that love and forgiveness can heal even the deepest hurts. Thanks for watching with us today. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing stories. See you next time.